Hi, I'm Aiman, and welcome back to one of my auto repair videos. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to drain and fill the transmission fluid on a Honda Civic 2016 to 2021. So this video is going to be strictly drain and fill. Originally we planned to do a remove and replace of all these strainer components, which is, for example, the CVT warmer filter and the inline strainer, but Honda actually doesn't recommend replacing these. So we're going to save them for a rainy day. But just for this video, you can get the part numbers in case they're helpful for you. Alright, so it's a pretty simple process. First, we have our car leveled. It's raised on these speed ramps. You can also jack it up if you want, but we're going to go under and take off the engine splash cover. That's going to require a flathead and a Phillips head screwdriver. I have a dedicated video on how to both level the car and how to take off this cover, so you can watch it if you're more interested. Alright, so that's the splash cover off, and now we have the transmission exposed. But before we get a better view of it, we're actually going to take a step back and we're going to jack the car up so that we can get a better view for your sake for the video. You don't have to jack the car up like we are, but it's just so that you can get a better view of everything that we're doing. The drain plug is located directly under the transmission fluid fill on the driver's side of the engine. Alright, let's go take a look. Alright, so this is the transmission fluid drain plug, and this is the check bolt that we're going to need to use later to check the level of the transmission fluid. Alright, so get your drain can ready. We're going to position it under the drain plug, and we're going to take our 3/8 inch socket wrench, and we're going to position it, we're going to put it inside the drain plug, and let's loosen it. Alright, so it's loose now. So let me just, I want to give you a good angle of it coming out. Alrighty. And there we go. So now it's going to come out. It's going to take a while for all of it to come out. To speed things up, we can take out the fill cap so that we get rid of that suction effect that's keeping the transmission fluid in. Okay, we'll set that aside for now. And taking a look at the drain plug itself, it's magnetic, so you can see a bit of contaminant buildup on it. So what you want to do is you want to clean that up. Take just any rag or paper towel and wipe it. Good as new. Also, this washer on it, we're going to need to replace that because that's a crush washer. So make sure you get a crush washer. They're about $5 from the dealer. Much more expensive than the oil washers, which are only like 42 cents. Okay, so now let's put this new washer on. Alright, and it'll form that seal when it gets tightened again because it's called a crush washer. We'll set it aside while I talk about, actually I'll just hold on to it while I talk about the fluid. So we're going to be refilling this with HCF2, which is the recommendation by Honda. There are also alternatives called, there's one called AMS oil, which we've never used personally, but there are a lot of people talking about it online. We'll save that for another video if there's a discussion about it. And you should drain and fill your oil about every 25,000, maybe 30,000 miles. So in other words, every 3 oil changes. Alright, so let's look how it's going. You can see that it's just dripping now. And we don't need to leave it for too long. I've actually seen on Reddit some people leave it overnight to get as much as they can out of it. But that's not necessary. In fact, the capacity of the system is around 8 quarts. But what's going to come out of this right now is only about 3.9 quarts. There's still going to be some stuff left in the system. And we're going to change this transmission fluid so often, it's obvious that some of it is going to stay in the system. But if you want to get more out, what you can do is you can drop the pan. You can drop the pan. That's going to get some more oil out. And while you're at it, you can install the filters. That's not what this video is going to be about. Some people suggest that when you drain and fill your transmission fluid, that you should warm up your car before you do so that more oil comes out. Now, this is a hotly debated topic, and there's a lot of people online who talk about their different opinions. And even me and my dad, we have different opinions on whether or not we should. My dad's opinion is that you should not heat up the car before you drain and fill the oil, because when it's cold, then the oil doesn't flow through the gears. And you want the system to be bone dry before you drain it and before you fill it. My opinion, or at least from what I understand, is that the oil flows through the gears. And my dad thinks that when the system is hot, then the oil will flow through the gears. But my idea is that when you're draining the oil level is not high enough for it to circulate to the gears. And I think that you should cycle the gears so that all the oil that's already in the gears cycles out. And there's no new oil coming in because the oil level is not high enough for it to flow in. But that's based on my limited understanding of the system. Okay, so it looks like it's barely dripping anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the drain pan out and put the drain bolt back in. So actually, let me put the drain bolt on first. Make sure you have that crush washer in. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw it in. And then before I torque it, I'm going to move the drain pan out so I can just get a good angle to screw it in with. Okay, so it should be a bit plugged now, but before I torque it, let me just get this out of the way. We're torquing this to 36 foot-pounds. So this is already set to 36 foot-pounds. And let's do that. There we go. 36 foot-pounds. So when you torque it, what's going to happen is that crush washer that we put is going to expand when it gets crushed to fill and create that seal. All right. Okay, so we measured the amount of fluid that we drained, and you can see it's about 3.5. And we assume that when we fill it, we need to cycle it through the gears, so it might need more than 3.5. So it seems like 3.9 is right about in the right ballpark for the amount of fluid we need to replace. When we removed the speed ramp, in order to give you guys a better view for the video, we forgot to jack up the car in the back, so the car is not level. Which may explain why not the right amount of oil, the 3.9 liters or quarts, came out. So we have 4 quarts of fluid that we're going to refill it with, and we're going to get right to it. So grab a funnel. You're going to need one that's quite long, because it has to go all the way down here. Preferably it's one with these ridges on it so that you don't have a suction effect when you fill it up, because it's going to be really slow if there's that suction. Make sure it's a clean one, obviously, because you don't want to get contaminants in it. And we're just going to fill it. Alright, so filling the oil is pretty easy. Let's get right into it. Alright, so now we're on our 4th quart. We're going to fill it up to about half, so 3.5 quarts total. And then we're going to do we're going to check the transmission fluid level, which I'll show you how to do, just to see how much more we need to fill up. Okay. just about half. Just a bit more. There we go. Okay. Alright, so you want to turn on your engine and you want it to get hot, and make sure that you do this with the AC off. So for it to get hot, you want it to be about the fan turning on twice. So that's going to be about 10 minutes. But because that's going to take a while, I'm just going to show you. After you do that, you're going to want to run the transmission fluid through the gears. So let me just demonstrate. Turn on the engine, let it get warm, so 10 minutes, and then after 10 minutes are up, then you want to cycle the gears. So right now we're on park, reverse, and you want to sit there for about 3 to 5 seconds. And then you want to shift to neutral. Sit there for about 3 to 5 seconds, then shift to drive, and so forth. And what this does is that it gets the transmission fluid to cycle through all the gears and gives you a more accurate determination of how of the level of your transmission fluid. All right, so we're gonna let the engine run, and we'll do it off camera, and then we'll come back. All right, so we've ran the engine for 15 minutes, and the fan hasn't turned on once, but the engine is hot. So we're gonna cycle the gears, which we've already done it off camera, and we're gonna use the check bolt. All right, so let's check the check bolt. So the drain exactly 3.5 quarts, and we filled exactly 3.5 quarts. So I assume not much heavy dripping is gonna happen. So we want to take our 12 millimeter socket wrench, and the check bolt is right here, and we're gonna want to position the drain pan under it, because if it is overfilled, then it will drip. Okay, let me try to get a good angle for you guys. Okay. Oh wow. So no dripping happened at all, except for that initial spurt that came out. Now that is in line with our theory that we took out 3.5 quarts and we put in exactly 3.5 quarts, so not a lot should come out. Now it wouldn't hurt just to put in an extra like quarter quart. Okay, so it could be due to the fact that we didn't run the engine hot enough, but notwithstanding that fact, we're going to fill it with a bit more transmission fluid while the check bolt is out, just until it drips a bit, and then put it back on. Alright, so we're going to fill it a little at a time. We're going to try not to do more than a quarter quart until it just drips below us. Okay, so now it's starting to drip. We're going to stop right there, and we're going to put the check bolt back on. So the check bolt is torqued to about 8.5 foot-pounds. So you want to get your handy dandy torque wrench, put your 12 millimeter socket on it. Man, we're gonna have to wipe that Milwaukee. It's covered in oil. Okay. Oh, I put it in the wrong way. And then you can let it drip out, but I'm just gonna put it on. Okay. And unlike the drain plug, there is no like check wash, or there's no crush washer, so you don't have to worry about that. It is a very small amount of torque. It's only 8.5 foot-pounds. So just gonna put it around it. There we go, very easy. So I want to talk about this just in case I didn't talk about it before or it got taken out by editing. But right now, we took out about 3.5 quarts of fluid. Now they usually say when you do this job, it's about 3.9 quarts of fluid. And that could have been, the variation could have been due to maybe our car was not level, or it wasn't, there's a lot of reasons why. But 3.9 quarts is about what you should expect, so it was kind of in line with what we did. Now, the full capacity of the system is about 8 quarts of transmission fluid. And that's if you replace the transmission entirely, so a new transmission entirely could take in 8 quarts, or if you drop the pan. I've heard some people say if you drop the pan, it's about 7 quarts. But when you just do a fill and drain, it should be about 3.9 quarts of fluid to replace. So if it's more than that, you might have a problem. I don't know how you would get more than that if you follow the way that we did it. Wait a second, because my dad just informed me that he heard a guy say that he left his car for 3 nights. He left his car overnight 3 nights to let it drain, and he was able to get 5 quarts out of the system. Which is, I don't know if you saw when the pan was just about to, when we took out 3.5 quarts, but there was a very little amount coming out. So I have no idea how the rest of that for 3 nights could amount to 1.5 quarts. But I'm just saying, if you take out too much, there's a problem. Anything more than 5 quarts, there's probably a problem with your system. If there's anything less than like 3 quarts, either you have a leak or you've underfilled it. So just keep that in mind. 3.9 is about what you expect. Anyway, let's take our cap, take the filter out, take the funnel out, and replace it. Watch out, your engine might be a bit hot. Actually, it doesn't really affect me where I'm putting this. Yeah, nothing's really hot all around here. Okay. And there we go. Job well done. So at this point, you want to put the engine splash shield back on, button everything up. But that's going to be it for the filling and draining. Very simple process, very nice process. You do it, again, every 25,000 to 30,000 miles. So you really want to do it quite often. But that's going to be it for this video. I'm Aiman, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and look at other videos in EyeOnAiman, especially the videos on this Honda Civic. And the next video we're going to do is we're going to replace the battery. So we bought a new battery. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. But for now, I'm Aiman, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, look at other videos in EyeOnAiman, especially the Honda Civic videos. I think I already said that. But I'll see you in the next one. For now, signing out. Peace. But we're going to gently slide it in. Okay.